so many of us who are experiencing arthritis and arthritis-like symptoms. Common areas are particularly around the spine, around the hips, around the hands, the shoulders. And it's common that it's prescribed exercise to help with them. The challenge is often arthritis is an accumulative condition. Inflammation accumulates in the bones, in the joints over time. And it's an accumulation of waste products, really, when the body's not able to move fully, when stress has accumulated in the system, and then the hormones start to change, which causes calcifications around the joints from a more acidic environment. All of these things are happening. There's a lot going on in the body for arthritis to accumulate. So just trying to address it with exercise doesn't always work. You can often just drain yourself more, put more inflammation in the system, cause yourself more pain. And this gets a lot of people stuck.
Yeah. In a way, often for many people, this is like crucifixion if they get a diagnosis for arthritis, like, okay, it's bad, I need to go for surgery, or I'm not able to move pain-free anymore, and I have to stop XYZ, whatever they loved until this point. The first thought I want to just share is a diagnosis isn't telling you how your body is feeling or how it should feel. I've worked with many people, they were diagnosed with arthritis stage 4 and they were able to move pain-free. So it's not just like the picture and the mechanical perspective is giving you an environment on how your body is able to move. The body is very, very resistant and will find ways to move also with this mechanical damages. And the next thought is just I want to bring forward, it's, as Benny mentioned, it's just accumulation of many things. It's not like this that one day we are waking up and then we have arthritis. It's just a thing which was building up for many years or maybe for decades. And the body has learned specific patterns to go through life with what you have experienced so far. And the result is just like this. This is what the body has done to protect you, to support you doing your thing you were meant to do. And from this perspective, we just have to see this whole picture and start really with, as Benny mentioned, with things like bringing back energy, connecting with the body, and all those things. And then from there, exercise will be an opportunity and will be there for support to rebuild movement and to start coming back into a joint movement where the body's stable again, not accumulating the past.
Yeah, it's very common when the body has accumulated a lot of things that it can be even difficult to connect with it, because when we connect with it, we connect with all of the things that are often unprocessed. And this is why we often talk a lot about the nervous system and the emotional environment that happens within the body, given that we're emotional beings, being human. And also we can avoid facing a lot of these things because of trauma, which is really like overwhelming experiences, not wanting to relive them. And so it can build up in the system and disconnect us from even being able to experience the body. And so when we're looking at solutions for how we can start to reestablish pain-free movement, particularly with the condition of arthritis, we'll tend to address 3 key things. We'll address the connection with the body, establish a sense of safety as we connect with the body. And then it's important that we also breathe, not just breathing the way that you're habitually breathing. Often your breathing might be restricted. We need to start to improve the way that we breathe. Give your body an opportunity to take in more life force and to bring in all of the nutrients that it needs so that then it can clean itself and start to break down potential calcium deposits and all sorts of things that can form in the body and give you fuel as we're starting to move, because movement is sort of like driving a steam engine. We need to have fuel to keep the wheels turning. And so then we would start to look at mobilizing the body, establishing gradual movement. So notice we're not just going straight into exercise or looking at a symptom and saying, okay, you need to stretch this and strengthen that. There's a process to reconnect with the body so that you can start to sustainably move and work with your body. And just for so many of us, because it's so overwhelming, we don't have a lot of positive incentive to even connect. So it's easy to put it off. And so then these conditions accumulate. We want to really address the core of what's happening. And so movement is important, but connection and breathing is going to fuel that movement that you do, and do it in a safe way so that it's not going to continue to harm your body and reaffirm why you can't do things and why doctors might be right in their diagnoses and why you are your diagnosis. You know, like Marcus was saying before, just because you've been diagnosed with something does not mean that that defines you. Yeah. It is a signal, it is a symptom, it is sometimes even just an opinion. It does not define who you are and what your body is capable of. And we've seen incredible healing happen with the body because we focus on these things in this way.
Just to the diagnosis, often the problem with too specific diagnosis is just focusing on one specific point and not seeing the body as a whole system working together. And yeah, this is where we are there. We are not saying that diagnosis is bad and focusing on one area is bad. There is just a point and time where we need to see the whole body as one system working together. Otherwise, you will not be able to balance things out.